Alright guys, Nate here. Got a knife to show y'all today. This is the Manix2 lightweight FRN handles, but the blade steel is S110v. Strongest steel that they've came out with the Manix2 lineup. They got a G10 version coming out this year, but hasn't come out yet. Waiting on it. But this knife is definitely a new favorite EDC knife. I have been carrying it every day. It's like 3 ounces. You don't even notice it. One reason because of the weight, of course, is those FRN handles. There is no liners. No liners. Got the little wire, Spyderco wire pocket clip. Carries pretty deep. You got about a 1/2 inch hanging out. Full flat ground blade. So it's a little bit of a bigger knife. I mean, not really big, but definitely for the weight of the knife, the size you get is pretty hard to beat. Plus that blade steel. Now they make some other knives, Manixes, that some come with G10, but they got liners. But then in the lightweight version, I think they got a black and a translucent blue. Those don't have the S110v. So far in the Manix lineup, this is the only one. Now, I don't know about cleaning. I guess you could take some compressed air and blow it in there. I know you're not supposed to take your knives apart, but all you have is an adjustable pivot. I think some of the original translucent blues, the pivot was non-adjustable. But ball bearing lock, and these aren't just any plastic, they're actually made of polymer. Polymer's been around. It works for many pistols all the time. It's good stuff. It's not gonna break on you. Near perfect centering. I'm not a huge center person, but I definitely want the knife for this much money to be, you know, pretty close to perfect. But this one is definitely another favorite that Spyderco's come out with. Size wise, if you don't have a Manix, we got the Dragonfly, another knife that people carry a lot. It pretty much dwarfs the Dragonfly. I love that Dragonfly too, in G10. Another favorite carry now. I'm not a big knife lanyard person. If you are, that's cool. I'm just not, because I don't need them that much. One reason I did put them on this knife is because I put it in the small pocket of my pants, and it's kind of hard to get in and out. So with that lanyard, makes it really easy. When I carry the Manix, I do carry this also, just for smaller tasks. I definitely use this for any of the bigger cutting, but just opening mail or just slitting a box open real quick. A lot of times I'll just grab the Dragonfly. Now if I'm doing food prep or something, then I'll go ahead and grab a Manix. But if you haven't checked it out, I definitely would give it a try. If you can find it at a knife dealer close by, a buddy that has one, or if not, you just feel like if you have any of the other Manixes, you know it's a great knife. The FRN handles, I don't think are going to suffer really strength-wise, what you're going to do in everyday carry. Now, the knife has really good jimping. You could use this in a tactical situation, but I'm not big on using folders, period, in self-defense situations. Of course, if something comes to where you need a weapon for self-defense, I definitely think a gun is definitely the first and best option. If you do have to use a knife, I would prefer a fixed blade. But with having that ball bearing lock, it is pretty I don't know, I feel comfortable not knowing that it's not going to just collapse on my fingers and cut my fingers off while I'm trying to defend myself. Unless, of course, you didn't have it opened all the way. Now, with the ball bearing lock, very simple to open and close. Now, I can't see the inside, but I'm sure this probably has the phosphor bronze washers, like many of the Spydercos do. If they put in this Natius, I'm sure they probably put it in the Manix, but it's not going to be something high-end like ball bearing locks. Now, price-wise, this is a little bit more expensive than the other lightweights. It's January 2016. You can probably get the translucent lightweight between $75 and $85. The dark blue here cost me like $95. I've seen it anywhere from like $90 to $110, maybe $112, depending where you look. I normally just get stuff off Amazon. eBay sometimes too. Just gotta be careful with fakes out there. I don't know if they're faking this night, but like with paramilitaries and stuff, there's a lot of fakes out there. So if you do buy off eBay, just make sure you're buying off somebody that's got good reviews, somebody that's sold plenty of products and don't have, you know, any bad seller ratings. That's why I just like to just go with Amazon. They got a great return policy, and they also, if you were to get a fake from one of their other dealers that can sell products on their site, I'm sure they're not going to sell you a fake, because if they were, they would definitely get kicked off and not be able to, you know, use Amazon. Amazon's one of the most popular online shopping places in the world, probably. Now, I'm not knocking off if you can go buy a knife from a mom and pop store that might be $5 or $10 more, but you're supporting somebody that's, you know, supporting their family off, you know, running their own business. Go for it. I don't have any particular Spyderco dealers close to me, so that's why I just order off Amazon. Any other knife shop like Blade HQ or Knife Center or something like that, you know, is gonna get you a real one. You don't have to worry about fakes, and probably has great customer service. But yeah, if you haven't tried the Manix, I would definitely check out this new S110v dark blue. It is pretty awesome. Alright guys, thanks and have a good one.